Welcome to Ann Arbor and the Big House, home to one of the most storied programs in college football and the first one to win 1,000 games, the Michigan Wolverines. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. The Golden Gophers will boot it away to start the game. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. So the Michigan Wolverines offense takes the field. Historically, guys, Michigan has kept a death grip on the little brown jug. Gophers hoping to put that thing in play today.
And you see that little brown jug in the celebration after every Michigan-Minnesota game. And you're right, Michigan has had it for the majority of the time. Minnesota knows that. They got to do something about that today.
Yeah, Minnesota plays in a lot of trophy games, don't they? But this is one they would love to put in the trophy case a lot more consistently. To do that, they have got to match the intensity of Michigan in this game, and they have got to be more physical than what they've shown in recent years.
Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. They'll throw it on first down. They're working that left side. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
That's a really nice pass. You can see why this guy right here gives the Michigan faithful reason to be optimistic. You know, for years we know Michigan has always been good at running the football, but they've got to be able to throw. They've got to be more consistent making big plays through the air. This guy gives them that chance.
They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. See that maze in blue, and you expect tough-minded, hard-nosed running attacks.
I expect big, physical, huge linemen that don't like people, that are going to move them out of the way and do just this, what we did right here. Move the sticks, get first down.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Wolverines!
Coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And he finished things off with a 32-yard run to the house. He'll start the return inside his 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. The Golden Gophers offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And both of these teams love to use the tight end, Jesse, and they do it very well.
And both of these quarterbacks know who their go-to guy is. It's the tight end, as you just mentioned, Reese. These guys find ways to get open, and they make their quarterbacks look good.
Oh, they make them look real good. Big, strong bodies can catch the football, can make plays after the catch. The modern tight end position just continues to expand.
And the Golden Gophers racing to the line in the hurry-up. The give on the inside. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. In the lore of the little brown jug, guys, it originally was just a water jug that Michigan wanted back, and Minnesota told them, well, come win it if you want it so badly.
Yeah, listen, I mean, it's not the most expensive-looking trophy.
What a job to lay out and make the catch. Let me tell you, this senior quarterback can flat fit it in a tight window. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. From the gun, they'll try the middle. This rivalry dates back to 1892, but it was in 1903 that fielding hurry-up Yost was worried that Minnesota would contaminate his water supply, hence the start of the Little Brown Jug.
How about that, man? A little tampering back then, you're gonna fix the game, mess with my players, and I think all those things, it's really cool to learn the backdrops, Jesse, of rivalries and how things are named the way they are and why the hatred usually runs so deep.
And you know what's interesting is a lot of these players on the field right now, they probably don't have any idea of the history and how interesting that is. All they care about is adding another trophy to the trophy case, and they want the Little Brown Jug in that box.
The Golden Gophers send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Wanted to make sure not to give them a chance for a return as it goes out of bounds. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Wants to throw on first down. Getting some heat. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
Well, quarterback went down behind center pretty quick that time, and it makes you wonder as a play caller, against this pass rush, do you start thinking about maybe rolling your quarterback out and changing the launch point?
Got his man in the middle. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
And obviously, this is one of the best offenses in the country, and it's because they get first downs. Top 10 in the nation picking up first downs. How nice is it to know you can turn around, hand it off to that guy right there, and let him go to work.
Going up top on first down. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. Michigan completely controlled this rivalry game last year and just took the jug away from the Gophers.
Listen, Michigan's a program at this point with recent success. They're thinking about national championships. We've seen them in the college football playoff here in recent years. This is a rivalry game against Minnesota that they're expected to dominate, and last year, David, they did that.
Michigan, year after year, one of the winningest programs in all of college football. We expect them to be great. Always a tremendous challenge for Minnesota to try to get that Little Brown Jug.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Complete to the right. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
Defense is about feeling out the offense and what they like to do. What are they going to do in 3rd and short, 3rd and medium, 3rd and long? So far, the offense is winning. Defense is going to need to make some adjustments.
He'll just keep slinging it. Fires to the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle.
Yeah, this defense is going to have a plan for this tight end, especially when he lines up in the slot, because there's a lot of different routes he can run, and because of his size and his wingspan, he's very, very difficult to cover.
On 2nd down, looking again to throw. He's got the back in the middle. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Well, this defense now is just getting gashed. And if you're the defensive coordinator, you might now want to think about being aggressive, changing up your play calls, and maybe breaking your own tendencies, because you have got to stop this offense just marching down the field.
Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
He's looking to throw it. Going for it all. Throw into the end zone. It's picked off. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
It's so nice to see defenders squeeze that pigskin. A lot of times, in great position, you see them there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
From his end zone, needs to be careful here. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
He leaves it with his back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. They'll go right back to it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And the Golden Gophers will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He gets it away from his own end zone. Here's the return. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Off play action. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. Touchdown, Michigan! That is the ultimate grab and go for the score.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. The kickoff team out there getting set. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. He's looking downfield to throw. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Golden Gophers decide to punt it away. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They wanted to set the tone, strike quickly. Jesse, they've done exactly that, up 2 touchdowns.
And this quarterback has been dialed in, too. He's been so good reading coverage, going to where the open guy is with the football, and they've been up and down the field so far.
And this defense needs to make something happen right now. You've already given up a couple touchdowns. Your offense has got nothing going. Still early in the game. Get a stop. Create some momentum for your offense.
On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. They've got the screen set up. And they knocked him down, but he got past the line to gain.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just screen it to your running back. As soon as he catches it, he gets upfield. And how about the downfield blocking by these linemen and the wide receivers as they rip off that explosive play.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Quick completion to the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
Let's see what he can do with the return. And the returner is stopped. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you've got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field, and it's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there. And the Golden Gophers have this offense rolling. He'll pull it on the read. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the first down.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
I think the offensive coordinators are there going, thank goodness we don't play them. This defense has been suffocating. This offense got to find something moving forward that they can hang their hat on, some kind of identity. Today they were shut down, but listen, there's a game next week, right? Like, got to continue to find what it is that makes this team go, that makes them tick, that makes them get first downs and hopefully move the football.
Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line, it'll be first down. The Golden Gophers come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on first down. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On second down, he'll fire. Finds his target down the middle. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Ninth play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. Third and long. The snap sets up the throw. Got it set up on the outside. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be fourth down. And here comes the field goal unit. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. New set of downs after that completion. He wants to throw. He lets it fly. And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness. Sometimes you're just too open.
Well, you got to love that if you're on defense, because you were able to affect the quarterback with pressure, and you only rushed 3 guys. Well done.
Let's see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 48. He's looking to throw. He'll take another shot here. Snags it. Touchdown, Michigan. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. Well, I'm not sure who was closer to the receiver there, the defensive backs or us here in the booth.
That was great execution on offense. Receiver wins the route one-on-one, shows off his speed, gets himself wide open. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that one. Nice job.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points.
And I tell you what, we've kind of gotten to the point where we expect QBs to be robots and just never to miss and always put it right on the face mask or right on the numbers. And right there, you could tell he just missed a little bit off, and I guarantee he's tapping his helmet and saying, hey, that's my bad.
Open space at the 25. He's loose. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Golden Gophers!
A nice job by this offense, putting the scoring drive together. And now, listen, it's not even halftime yet, so keep fighting. Going to halftime, regroup. We found a little something on this drive. See if we can cut into this lead and continue to make this game closer and closer.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He had visions of glory on that return, but he'll step out of bounds at the 29. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Looking for a productive play on first down. He's going to pass. They're trying to get to him. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. And the pass hits, picked off. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49.
I tell you what, I don't know if I'm going to try him much more. Goodness gracious, you can tell he's ready for what he's seeing. Second interception. I would not throw near that guy anymore. You might want to try the other side of the field.
Comes out throwing on first down. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Good job on defense, getting a hand on it, tipping it up in the air. They weren't able to pick it off, but they do force the incompletion.
Here comes the offense on second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer.
And And I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting in those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable and run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone, and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And the Golden Gophers will try to pin them back with the punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. All the way back to the 15. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand.
And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this defense had some matchups they felt really good about up front, and they won one right there, getting to the quarterback, creating a negative play, and they're going to need these guys to start winning more of those because they are finding themselves in a hole here early in the game.
Throws to the wideout. He's got it. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, this offense told us coming in they were going to challenge this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage and take advantage of this quarterback's touch and arm talent. And already in the second quarter, they've got over 200 yards thrown.
They'll throw it on first down. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, seldom do the rational turn irrational the way they do when these two teams and fan bases get together with a little brown jug on the line.
The Wolverines will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half is the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on fourth downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
They'll put the tight end in motion. They're bringing heat. Caught near the sticks. It's Roach. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. When your best is demanded on a big stage like this against a rival, he has delivered, cracking the 150-yard mark.
No doubt about it. What do we say? Big-time players make big plays in big games. The games don't get bigger than this for this team right here. And this guy, David, has shown up today.
And it's so nice as a coach to have that dude that you know you can count on. He'll put up big numbers, and he's been carrying this offense.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Finds his man. It's Owen. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. The Golden Gophers are in the hurry up. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Got a man in the middle. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Floating away. This time they were able to keep him in check and stop him short of that first down. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Handoff from the gun. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free and fourth down is coming up. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. It is good. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. They go to the ground. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Looking to move it through the air. And that pass is intercepted. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31.
Man, that is picture-perfect cover 0. When I play cover 0, I'm bringing pressure, and that ball's going to come out. Look at the defense. Ready for that ball to come out of the quarterback's hand. Nice job breaking on the football and going and making the interception.
Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the right. Makes the grab at the 6-yard line. It's 1st and goal. The offense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. With the run on 1st and goal. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. That linebacker saw the express lane right to the ball carrier.
And a great job by the defensive line, getting some push, making them use their resources on him. Linebacker comes free, him and making the backfield for a tackle for a loss.
One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota! Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. I know they've put up really good numbers on offense, but David, they're starting to feel a little game pressure right now.
Exactly. That scoreboard's starting to get a little bit tighter, cutting into that lead. Now, you know every possession matters, Palmer. A little pressure for this offense.
Yeah, and so you can't get tight, right? The best players on this offense now need to step up, and they need to start making plays. You got to identify where those one-on-ones are.
Tackled, but he has a first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
And here on first down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. Quarterback will audible. Looking to go up top on first down. Sends it downfield. And he makes the catch inside the 25. Touchdown, Wolverines. A great catch and run for 6. Michigan has dominated this rivalry over the years, and they look oh so close to securing the jug again.
You look at Michigan on paper, and they have an advantage all over the place against Minnesota. It was a question of whether they could just stay out of their own way. If they eliminated the mistakes, we knew this was going to be a tall order for Minnesota, and Michigan just looks dominant, David.
Yeah, it stinks, but it is the facts. The facts are you're less talented at Minnesota, and you've got to play really, really well, especially in these rivalry games, and hope to catch Michigan on a bad day. But that little brown jug is inching towards Michigan's sideline now.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They've clearly found that dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this deep tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. And the Golden Gophers will punt this one away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. A little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Line gets set, 1st down. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Coming after it. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
This QB has been so comfortable all day long. Obviously having a ton of success. You've got to affect him. You've got to put some hits on him, those body blows, so you can make him wear out and physically feel you. This is the first time really getting to him. This defense needed this bad.
And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Throwing right. Or did he find a hole in that secondary? Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 at the 11.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Quick release on the RPO. Touchdown, Michigan! And the beatdown has ensued. He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
The defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
Here he comes from inside his own 5, and the returner will be knocked down. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field, looking for a productive play on 1st down. Power football with the run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
I love the job here by the linebacker. He just kind of floats, and he's shuffling, and he's waiting to see which way the quarterback's going to go with the football. Not able to snag it out of the air, but, hey, batting it away, it's a big-time play.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Firing to the right, complete. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Caught close to the marker, it's Owen. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. The Golden Gophers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback, rally to the football, gang tackle, and you're going to win this game.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit him with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
Right down the middle. He's got it. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
That receiver found the open space in the zone coverage, and as a defense, honestly, you just throw your hands up on that because they covered it pretty well. It was just a good play call and really nice execution.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day, but finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
Another hit on the quarterback. All day long, this defense has been able to pin their ears back and get after this guy, and because of that, he's never gotten into a rhythm throwing the football, and that's why they find themselves trailing here late in the 4th quarter.
Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down.
At this point of the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff that teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after that nice run.
A huge pickup on the play before he goes out of bounds, but the question is, will it stand? There is a penalty marker on the field. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. 2nd down coming up. They'll try the run. Works his way ahead for 3 out to the 14. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And the Wolverines will call on their punt team. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He will make the fair catch just a few yards shy of midfield. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
Yeah, and you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board. But you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute the offense.
And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
And that's a really nice route by the wide receiver, just understanding I got to win right now. I got to get inside of that guy, and I know I'm going to get contact. You run over the middle of the field on a slant, you're going to get hit. Nice job securing the catch, making the play.
He's got his man, and he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9. And the Golden Gophers want to pick up the tempo.
I'm trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
Fires on the move. And that's a mistake you don't expect to see from a senior, and he is lucky to get it back.
I mean, some people just have a knack for the football, and he's one of those guys, and he just gets the swat right there, but he's in the top 10 in the nation in interceptions for a reason. Just such a great feel for the passing game and where guys are. It's fun to watch him play defense.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Owen. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
Well, that's why this guy's one of the best receivers in the country. Even when he's double covered, he's open. He's able to make the catch and get
a shot toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
And trailing this much in the fourth quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
Pocket starts to collapse. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the fourth quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
And it's batted away, and the 4th down play doesn't convert. They'll give up the football. Guys, here come those maize and blue wing helmets on offense. Line gets set, first down. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down at the 49.
Really been impressed by the balance we've seen from this offense so far in the game, but I think you got to give a lot of the credit to the running game because it's been able to freeze these defenses, help set up play action. They've been physical at the point of attack. I think that really has been the key force for this offense so far, having the success they've had.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Leaves it with the back. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there. 3rd and long coming up. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The Wolverines will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Not a lot to feel great about in this with Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. On 1st down, here comes this offense. From the gun, he'll try to throw. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
And a little too much adrenaline on that throw. Never gave his receiver a chance. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. The Golden Gophers line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He'll return it from around the 50. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today, too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them. Or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game.